Alright, and people, this is video number 4, and I actually found this spot because I was helping my friend Alex out with, well, he was actually helping me. We were helping each other. I had to get photos for like an assignment, and he wanted photos for himself. So we decided to walk around Brickell, or downtown Miami, I guess, and try to look for some cool spots. And I definitely think this is a really cool spot. Usually from my apartment, as you guys have seen, you can see like the boats over there, but I'd never gotten like this close to the boats before, like to be like at ground level with them. And I just decided to come here in the morning, sort of morning, to really just sit there and get inspired. I mean, crazy to see what people are capable of affording, and also capable of building too. But I hope the audio doesn't get all like fucked up in this video because there's some wind going through. But well, the clip by the water didn't really work out in my favor. It started to like rain a little bit, and of course now sun's back out. Never really understood Miami weather. But so last week, I think like roughly last week or whatever, my friend Alex thought it would be good that I share this with, I guess, the people. But yeah, last week, I guess it was just like one night where I ended up finding myself I kind of dug myself a little bit of like a hole in like not a great way, and I ended up feeling like a lot of self-doubt, and yeah, it just was not like a good place for me. And I've had this before because there is like a lot that I want to go out and achieve, a lot of goals and stuff for family, for the people, of course, to give back, and obviously things of myself like my dream cars and whatnot that I really want to achieve. And sometimes it just gets like a point where I guess it gets to me a little too much. And obviously if this resonates with any of you guys watching right now, like I definitely have felt the same thing. And yeah, I mean, it was just like a really not great night. I actually ended up going for a ride just to kind of like let out some steam and stuff like that. But yeah, just like self-doubt, things sort of like that. And I guess like relationships too. Like I haven't been in a relationship in quite a few years now, and like a lot of my friends are all in relationships and stuff, and that sort of got to me as well. But whatever, without going so like down a bad path, if you will, it was actually quite interesting. And on my way back, I was stopped at a light, and again, just feeling like shit, just like not feeling good, just tons of self-doubt. Like I was just questioning like so much, like I was questioning my entire life basically on whether or not anything I'm doing is even correct, or will I even get to my goals, and this and that. And no matter how hard you work and how smart you work, like it's still just like the fear of the unknown, in that you can never really say something's 100% because it's like not here, so it technically cannot be 100%. You can make it as close to 100 as you would like, but it'll never technically be 100. And so wait, where was I? Yeah, so I was driving back, and I got to a traffic light like sort of before my building, and there was a homeless guy walking from car to car to ask for money. And I figured, I was like, you know what, like I was like, I may be having like a shitty night, but I was like, this guy obviously has it like way worse and whatever. So I just kind of felt like it's a little bit selfish of me to act like this, even though I know like it's normal to have these emotions. But I still just felt like it was just, in the moment, I felt like I was being selfish. And the fact that I'm sitting here in a car with food on the table, shelter, friends, family, all the things that, I mean, that's all you really need in life ultimately, and everything else is kind of just secondary after that. And he's walking over, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna give him like $1. Let me at least make someone else like feel good, and maybe in return it'll make me feel good, which I guess could be considered selfish in itself. But so I take $1, and he starts walking from car to car, and he sees me, and I hold up my $1, and I could hear him through the glass. He goes like, oh man, and he did like a little spin and did like a split. He did like a little dance. And then he walked over to the window, to the driver's side window. I rolled down my window and I hand him the dollar. And obviously, like, I was just like I did not look good. I was like just really not in a good place at the time. And he like looks at me and he goes, "Man, like, I hope you have like a good night. Like, God bless you. God loves you." And so on, so on. He said a few other things, and I don't know, just like looking at him in his eyes, like this man literally had nothing or barely anything, trying to just scrape money from people from their cars and stuff just off the street. And I was like, he still approached me with a smile on his face. He was still, I mean, whether or not he was actually in a good mood or not, and that's a different story, but whatever. In that moment, he was happy. He looked happy. He looked like he was in a good place. He was smiling, whatever. And I reflected on that on the rest of the drive home, and I realized that whether or not he actually is happy, obviously maybe not. He probably would way rather be in a different circumstance. But bottom line is, he was smiling, saying positive things to someone he doesn't even know. And I was like, gosh, man, like, I'm sitting here, like, this is the most selfish thing, to be sitting here complaining about such a minute detail when I already have all my necessities. And of course, like, humans are always gonna want more in life, and that's just like normal and stuff, but it is okay to sit back and kind of just realize how far you've come and be appreciative for like the things that you have. And of course, you still want to achieve more. I mean, you don't want to like sit around and, I guess, like, I mean, I feel like most people don't. Most people always want something, and they're never really content, whether it's like materialistic or even just like exploration or I don't know. I mean, there's so many different categories of things that you could want that you don't need. But yeah, it was just the premise of, it's okay to still want more things, but just every now and then sit back and kind of be grateful and think about all the things that you have, and all the things that you're grateful for. Because I mean, that really changed my perspective. And that was the first interaction I've ever had with a homeless person that actually like genuinely really impacted me. And I actually don't think I'll ever forget that interaction, funny enough. But apart from that, also with the relationship thing, as I said, it's kind of funny because I actually told my friend Alex about like how I was feeling and whatnot, and which is what's leading me to putting this in a video. But he was like, I'm in a relationship now, and before I was in a relationship, I really wanted to be in one, and now that I'm in one, not that he wouldn't want to be in a relationship, of course, but I mean, he kind of represented like the same, or he said the same saying that I feel like a lot of people say, and it's always that the grass is greener on the other side. But that's why you need to be grateful, so you don't let it consume you like it did at that point on that night. But luckily, didn't last for long. The homeless guy and my two friends actually really kind of brought me back to where I needed to be and made me realize. But it was definitely a culmination of like the idea of comparing yourself to other people. I sometimes fall down this pit of comparing yourself to people that are doing more than you. And although it's nice to use as fuel to work harder, there's also the downside of it letting it consume you, and then it gets too much to the point where it's like, now you're just not getting anything done because all you're doing is sitting around wallowing in sorrow because of everyone else that's doing things that you want to be doing. So, it was a wide body Alfa. That was pretty cool. Alfa Romeo. Sorry, that was such a little tangent. I love cars though, but I forgot where I left off, to be honest. Shit, that was pretty dope though. Damn, I've never seen a wide body Alfa Romeo before. That was pretty cool. Well, if I don't, I guess pick up the camera in like a little bit. If I don't remember, then I guess I'll see you guys. I don't fucking know. I'll see you guys at some other point. Whatever. Have a good one. See you guys later.